Today I'm heading into Goodwill with one goal in mind: to thrift for Christmas gifts. Thrifting is one of the best ways to find last-minute gifts, especially when you're at a loss for what to buy. You can walk in with no plan and walk out with something meaningful and completely unique, which is so much better than something generic off a store shelf. So I'm searching the shelves for items with potential, pieces I can combine, refresh, or upcycle. I'll show you what caught my eye, what came home with me, and how I styled everything to create thoughtful, budget-friendly gifts that feel truly personal. And stick around till the end, and I'll show you how I've decorated my Christmas tree this year. I'm really struggling trying to find a place to film today's video because I've been keeping a secret from you. This is what my dining room looks like right now. And yes, that is my stove on my dining room floor. And this is what my front living room looks like right now. So in case you haven't guessed, I have a mini kitchen makeover going on right now that I'll be showing you in upcoming videos. So I decided to film in my bedroom. All right, let me show you what I thrifted and how I'm going to put those items together to create Christmas gifts for my friends and family. First of all, my oldest son. So when I was looking through the books, I came across this Southern Living Ultimate Book of Barbecue. And Nick loves to cook on the grill, so I really thought this book might give him some good ideas. And it is in pristine condition. He probably won't even know that it's thrifted. So the only thing that I really need to do is remove the price tag. And I want to do that very carefully because I don't want to rip the cover. Perfect. So then I wondered if they might not have some barbecue tools for sale. And I'm sure my son already has some, but it's always nice to have some new ones, have some backups. And unbelievably, in the same Goodwill, I found this package of never used barbecue tools. Next, I looked around to see if I could find some kind of a tray or container that I could use to bundle these items together. And Miss Zoe is sitting in what I found, which is this wood tray, which I think is a perfect barbecue tray for a man for carrying things in and out of the house. And this was only $5.99. Then I happened to see this nice wood cutting board for only $1.99. I'm going to give this a quick sand and some fresh oil so that it will look brand new. Then I began wondering what other little items could my son possibly use related to this barbecue theme. And I thought spices. So I went to my local Dollar Tree and I found 1, 2, 3, 4 different barbecue spices on my shelf at Dollar Tree. So now I'm going to bundle these items together and make it look good. The next day I stopped by a different Dollar Tree and found another spice that I hadn't seen before. So now I have 5 different spices in my basket. And even better, I found a cute oven mitt. So I'm going to add that in too. And now, hopefully, I will stop looking for barbecue items. Spencer and Madison are getting married in April. So I couldn't believe my luck at finding this beautiful Lenox Christmas ornament at Goodwill for only $6.99. Look at that. It originally sold for $60 at Macy's. It does say 2012 on it, but I am hoping that I can get that off. a little goof off and a scouring sponge, and goodbye 2012. I used antique gold rub and buff on this black ornament stand that I thrifted. I wrapped the ornament separately and placed both the stand and ornament in a pretty but recycled gift bag. I always like to add a bow to the handles of a gift bag so it feels like you're opening something special. This next gift idea is probably my favorite, but before I show you, I need to confess that I have been keeping another secret from you. I'm going to be a grandma. Nick and Amaya are expecting a little girl in April, and I could not be more excited. And of course, I'll be redoing a spare bedroom in their home, turning it into the cutest little nursery. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that. This gift idea was also spurred completely by a book that I found at Goodwill. And that book was a Beatrix Potter treasury. So the book gave me the idea to create a Peter Rabbit themed gift package. Unfortunately, shopping at the last minute at just a few local thrift stores, I wasn't able to find any other specifically Peter Rabbit items. But I did find quite a few rabbit themed items, and I think it's going to be just as cute. Let's start with the container. I thrifted this vintage white basket. The paint is scratched in just a couple spots, but overall it's very sturdy and in good condition. Okay, this next item is probably the best thing that I found all day. Look at this adorable little quilt. I cut the price tag off because I've already washed this. And it was not stained. It didn't smell bad, but still, you always want to wash your fabric items. I quickly flipped through the baby clothing at Goodwill. I found this cute little sleeper with a bunny on the front. So I looked through the children's books to see if I could find any other Peter Rabbit books that were geared towards really young children. And I didn't see any, but I did find this 3-book set of Pat the Bunny. These are just adorable little books that have things that you can touch inside. And I looked through all 3 books, and you would really expect for books like these to be damaged, but they're in perfect condition. Since I was thinking about bunnies, it reminded me that I had saved a couple things of Nick's from when he was a baby. And one of those things was this little Bunnykins food bowl. And I remember he had little matching silverware, but I must not have saved them. I could only just find the bowl. So I just picked up these colorful little spoons from Home Goods to gift with the bowl. And these were, actually this was from Marshall's for $5.99. And my husband is a huge University of Notre Dame football fan. And so when he was in South Bend recently, he picked up this little pink Notre Dame sippy cup. So I thought that would be good to put in the basket as well. And when I found this bowl, I also found this little bunny that was Nick's when he was little. And it was stained from being in a Rubbermaid tote in my basement for so long, but I sprayed it with some Shout and washed it, and all the stains came out. I didn't even remember that I had saved this, and I'm really curious to see if Nick even remembers this, because this was definitely a toy that he played with when he was very, very young. All right, let's see if we can put all of these items together and make this basket look really cute. Amaya really loves scallops, so I think I'll leave that scalloped edge pointing outward. If you're wondering why I'm wrapping everything with this burgundy ribbon, it will make sense when you see my Christmas tree. So those first two gift packages were ideas that basically the thrift store inspired. But luckily for me, Nick's wife Amaya, my daughter-in-law, gave me an idea of something that she would really like to have, and that is some nice serving dishes. And I don't think I've ever gone into a thrift store that didn't have lots of dishes. And so let me show you what I found. She specifically said she would like to have a divided tray with a bowl for dip or sauces in the middle. And I found this beautiful glass tray on a metal stand for just $6.99. But actually, I think everything in the store that day was 25% off. So I got it for even less than that. So I'm going to wash that up, and I think that's going to be beautiful. And the fact that all of these come out makes it much easier to store. She also said she could use some bowls, and so I decided to go with the glass theme, and I found this divided bowl for $2.99 and this bowl for $4.99. These were both also 25% off. I also came across some brand new bottle stoppers with blown glass tops. So I picked up a couple of these. They are still in the original Pier 1 packaging, and this was only $2.99. And so I think I'll add that in with these other glass items. I also like to add at least one brand new thing in with my thrifted items. And so I went to Home Goods and I got Amaya a set of cocktail spoons for $7.99 and some appetizer tongs for $6.99. I think these pair perfectly with these glass serving dishes. The glass is dusty, so I do need to give it a quick wash before I wrap it up. So I'll be right back. Wow, those were dustier than I thought. Look how sparkly they look now. Ideally, I like to thrift a container that I can put all the items in, but that isn't always possible. So we have some gift boxes that we keep on hand that we just reuse every year. Because of the size of this tray, I'm going to need a rather large gift box. And so this is the one that I found. Unfortunately, my husband wrote my son's name on there. So I'm going to see if I can't use this whiteout tape just to cover that up. The thrift store wrapped these items in some bubble wrap. So I'm going to put that in the bottom of the box. And then I'll wrap each dish in a piece of tissue paper. I need to get the price tag off of this stopper. Oh, there's the original price tag. It sold for $9.99, but you know it's at least a few years old because Pier 1's been out of business now for, I don't know, what, 5 years maybe? I almost forgot to tuck this appetizer cookbook into the gift package. I honestly lucked out at Goodwill. I found the perfect books for my family, and they were all in like new, never used condition. I prefer wrap packages over gift boxes, so when I do use a box, I like to dress it up with a bow so the recipient still gets that fun feeling of opening something thoughtful. Next, I want to show you what I bought my teenage niece Sadie for Christmas. I picked up this green velvet box as my container. And yes, it does have some Christmas snowmen right here, but that can be easily fixed. I also picked up this journal of sorts. It says ideation on the top. There is not one pencil or pen mark anywhere in it. And so hopefully she can have fun filling out those pages. To go with these items, I picked up a bunch of fun stuff at Dollar Tree.
Sadie loves makeup.
So I picked up a bunch of fun things from Dollar Tree, like a headband, face masks, a makeup brush, and lip gloss.
I also picked up a cute pen to go with the journal, and I bought some cute little bow earrings for $12.99 at TJ Maxx. All right, let's trade out this snowman picture. I designed this in Canva and just printed it out on a piece of cardstock. Now, how cute is that? I specifically designed it with pink and green so that it would tie these two colors of velvet together and keep it from feeling overly Christmassy. I think I will wrap this little journal just so that the paper coordinates with the jewelry box.
I love this green velvet box as a container for Sadie's gift, but wait until you see what I use for my nephew's present. It is by far my favorite container.
My youngest son Spencer has been acquiring tools for the last couple years, and so he specifically asked me for a pair of plumber's pliers for Christmas. So I ordered these from Amazon, but then that gave me an idea. The perfect package for some pliers would be a toolbox. This one is a little rusty, but boy, is it big and spacious. Hopefully he can fit all of his tools in here. So let me go work on this somewhere other than my bedroom, and I'll be back. Whew, okay, that took a little bit of elbow grease. I first washed it down with Dawn dish soap, and then I went over some especially dirty areas with some Barkeeper's Friend, and I got the drawers opening just fine. I sprayed a little WD-40 on them so they would just continue to open nicely, and I tightened these little knobs. This does not look brand new by any stretch of the imagination. Luckily, this is going to my youngest son, Spencer, who runs my online store for me. And since running my store, he has really gained an appreciation for the value of older and thrifted items. So I think he's going to be fine with receiving a used toolbox because he'll be able to tell at one glance that this is a really quality piece that will last him a lifetime. I'm just going to put that in there by itself. I looked at Dollar Tree to see if there were some small tools and related supplies that I thought I could add in here, but I didn't really see anything that I thought he would actually use. My future daughter-in-law, Madison, also mentioned that she would like some serving dishes. And since she already has a few pieces of white fall scrap, I thought I would try to add to her collection. And I got so lucky. I picked up these two bowls. They were both $2.99 each. This bowl, as you can tell from the back, is really old. And this bowl is much newer, but they coordinate nicely. And then I found this great lidded casserole dish. I believe this was $4.99. And it did not come with this ladle, but I had this in my stash of things. And so I'm going to throw that in with the casserole dish. And then this tray is not fall scrap. It is just some generic Chinese china, but it is really cute. It's got a nice scalloped edge, and it has the 3 compartments for little snacks or appetizers. So I think she'll like that. When I was looking around Goodwill for a container that I could put these things in, I came across this blue and white tray, and I thought it was so cute. And look at this, it still has the original tag on it. It doesn't have a price, but I only paid $1.99 for it. Then I looked around for a tablecloth, a table runner, or maybe some napkins that I could gift with these serving dishes. And I found 7 blue napkins. And I thought, how perfect is that? The tray is blue and white. I'll put the white dishes in with the blue napkins, and that will look adorable together. And these were marked 99 cents each, but they are blue, and blue price tags were 50% off. So I got all of these napkins for, what is 7 times 50? $3.50. I also picked up another one of those Pier 1 blown glass wine stoppers. This one is a snowman, and as luck would have it, he is wearing a blue hat. So let's put this blue and white gift together. Now I'm going to wash these napkins before I gift this to Madison, but I'm just going to go ahead and stage my tray now so I can see how it's going to look. Oh, I completely forgot this little towel that I thrifted. At Thanksgiving, Madison mentioned that she really admires embroidery and needlework. And so I came across this little fingertip towel. It's not very big, but it has some beautiful needlework of a snowflake and little trees. And as luck would have it, it goes with our blue theme here. So I'm going to tuck that inside as well. Oh my goodness, I just noticed this says light up bottle stopper, color changing. I can't wait to see this lit up. That is going to be adorable. I thought the baby gift was going to be my favorite, but I absolutely love this. I would love to receive this as a gift myself. I thrifted this fun yellow metal storage box for just $2.99. My brother and his family live near Green Bay, Wisconsin, and are huge Packer fans. So I pulled out some green vinyl and quickly created the Green Bay insignia on my Cricut machine to apply to the top of the box. One thing that Jasper loves almost as much as the Green Bay Packers is playing guitar, and he asked for a couple small guitar accessories for Christmas. And I have those ordered, so when they get here, I'm going to put them in this fabulous metal storage box.
Well, my thrifted gift packages are all wrapped and under the tree, and this year I decorated the tree in a very traditional Victorian theme with multicolored vintage ornaments, gold beads, and burgundy velvet bows made from that huge spool of thrifted ribbon. I even hung a gold and burgundy angel from the ceiling near the top of the tree, so you'll have to let me know what you think. And if you want even more ideas for thrifting Christmas gifts, here's another video I think you'll like.